To top off a great senior year, my parents allowed me to go on a trip. My boyfriend of almost 5 years at the time invited me to go with him and his parents. We both brought one friend on the trip. I chose my best friend Mackenzie, and he chose his best friend Sean. His younger sister and her friend also came along. The entire week after graduation was very exciting and was spent packing and preparing to go on our 5-day, 4-night cruise to the Bahamas. We boarded the ship on a Thursday morning in Cape Canaveral, Florida, and quickly started to realize that the next 4 days would be the most exciting and memorable moments of our lives. When we boarded the ship, our luggage had not yet been sent to our room. Therefore, we walked around and explored the gigantic Sovereign of the Seas. The horn blew as we pulled away from the shore. The four of us stood by the railing and watched the specks on the land become smaller and smaller. That night was mainly spent getting acclimated with the ship and our small rooms. After a long night of exploring and lounging, the ship docked on a private island, Coco Cay. Because the water was too shallow near the shore, the ship was docked about a mile away, and we had to wait for a ferry ride over to the island. When we arrived, we snorkeled in the beautiful blue water. The water was so clear that we were able to see tons of spectacular fish and even a stingray. In order to get the full experience, we then laid out on the beach, drank virgin daiquiris, and enjoyed the blazing sun. That night, after we got back from the beach, we showered and dressed up in formal dresses and suits so that we would be in the proper attire for fine dining. We attended the captain's dinner and welcome aboard ceremony, where the captain of the ship actually came on stage and addressed us, which made us wonder, who was sailing the ship? We slept surprisingly well that night, considering the ship was swaying back and forth through the rough waters. The second day, we docked in Nassau, Bahamas, and spent the day shopping. In order to fully experience Bahamian shopping, Mackenzie and I bought knockoff purses for less than 1/4 of the original price. This was definitely the highlight of our day. We walked around the island that night with everyone and explored the history of the city. One of the highlights of the ship was its 24/7 pizza buffet, which we definitely took advantage of, initiating the start of the dreaded Freshman 15. The next day was spent sailing. Having to stay on board all day really provoked us to take advantage of the ship's amenities. For example, the guys were not seen all day because they were playing basketball, and Mackenzie and I laid on the pool deck and swam. Our last night was spent in the casino. None of us came out ahead of what we started with, but it was an adventure we wouldn't be able to experience until age 21 if we were in the States. Having the opportunity to go on this cruise was one of the greatest blessings of my life. I was able to experience several new things while being rewarded with almost a week of relaxation. I feel that all the hard work I put forth in high school was worth it in the end. The cruise was a great way to begin the summer and also spend time with the people that meant the most to me before I headed off to college.